Sup? Though, yes, I am rocking a uglies, okay. Wow, that's not even a word. Ugly, I'm really hot with this shit on, but an ugly Christmas sweater because it's that time of year, my favorite time of the year, right? And it's Deadpool. Like, come on, it's it's dead. It's Deadpool. That shit hurts. That shit hurts. That shit, like shaking your head and feeling your brain just bounce off your shits. That shit hurts. But look, right, I got two combs. One for my
One is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. Two can be as bad as
Is it for me?
No, Adam, it's not for you. The fuck, really, Adam, get your ass on. I was gonna say it's for my cuddle buddy, but I don't have a cuddle buddy at the moment. What I do have is I have a quilt. I don't. I mean, I said it before in previous videos that basically anything can be your cuddle buddy, but I would love to have. Okay, I posted a picture recently. I'm gonna show the picture. A lot of people think that's my dog. That is not my dog. That's just a fan dog that Snapchatted me a picture of his dog, and then I just posted it on my Instagram. I still have Peanut, not with me, but because my stepdad is watching Peanut. Peanut is good. Peanut is okay. He's healthy. He's just old as hell. But I couldn't bring him with me because of reasons. I shall not, but trust me when I say that he's in good hands and he's safe. Plus, my baby sister is, keeping him company. She loves him. I don't know if he loves her because she keeps pulling his fucking hair, but it's all love. But I legit have two popcorns. This is classic butter sea salt. I think that's what it's called. Then it's the regular tradition. Well, it's funny. That's crazy how my mind just goes a complete blank. Oh, movie theater popcorn, butter pop. I still don't know how to say this shit, but it's movie theater popcorn. There we go. So I've never had classic butter sea salt before. First time for everything, right? But if for some reason if this is nasty, because I like this brand of popcorn. So if this is nasty, I'm gonna tell you all that the classic butter sea salt is nasty. Don't get the shits. This is why I have the movie theater popcorn. Something to fall back on. Because I'm not about to eat no nasty ass popcorn through these fucking videos. We got another thing coming. So I'm gonna put this to the side, right? If the sea salt is banging, I'm gonna keep eating it. If it's not, I got the best of the best. Movie theater popcorn. And then under movie theater popcorn, it's kettle corn. But let's do a take. Okay, I smelled it. Don't really have a scent to it. It don't have a low smell to it, so that's one red flag. Okay. This popcorn looks white as hell. Looks like it has no seasonings, no type of butter, no nothing. I can't smell nothing. I really hope this is good. Alright, here we go. Alright. That's nasty as hell. Don't get that. Please don't get that. Let's go Let's get to, wow, that was disgusting. There we go. I see the seasonings. I see the butters. Mmm. That's what I'm talking about. That classic butter sea salt? No. Ew. Let's get to the video.
A little bit of context as to what made this story absolutely terrifying for me.
Okay.
I was 11, and at the time we lived in Florida. Life was kind of what you expect for Florida. It rained a lot and was almost tropical. I absolutely loved it there, and I loved rain as a child, not playing in it, just watching and listening to it. Whenever there was a massive thunderstorm, we would typically see a damaged fuse box or one that was absolutely burnt to a crisp, and our power would be out for long periods of time.
Right.
The longest being 2 weeks.
Damn.
We didn't usually mind it much. The only thing that was bad was that there was no TV. It was kind of expected every time there was a thunderstorm of even moderate size that the power would go out. My dad worked the graveyard shift at the hospital, meaning usually from 9 p.m. to 7 a.m.
He fucking up.
He was usually around when the storms happened, so he would check the fuse box so that my mom wouldn't have to go into the rain.
Okay.
Now, on to the story. I believe it was a Tuesday, if not a Monday. It was fairly early into the night, around 8 o'clock. It was slow, as Tuesdays usually are, and we didn't do anything that day.
Right.
We all just hung out at home and did whatever. A thunderstorm was rolling in quickly, and it had hit just about 20 minutes later. Late night thunderstorms aren't something that seem to happen often, but it happened. It hung around like storms usually do. It started off as expected, with lightning striking our house, or at least the fuse box, and the power went out. My dad was getting ready for work, and after a couple of minutes, went to check it out. What happened next is absolutely indescribable. My dad was out there longer than normal, longer than expected. Now, my dad is an enormous dude, and he was then, too. So seeing him come in the house frantically and scared for his life astonished me. He came in and tried to tell my mom quietly and calmly that the box had been cut.
Oh, shit.
I had overheard this conversation, and I didn't understand why this freaked my dad out so much. But the words kept running through my stupid little brain, and then I finally caught on. My stomach almost dropped as I finally understood that one word. The box had been cut, tampered with. It wasn't even burnt this time, so we must have mistaken us being hit with lightning.
Right.
Needless to say, he didn't go to work that night. He instead watched over us. Me and my little brother both slept in our parents' room that night. This is where my memory cuts off because I slept the rest of that night, but according to my parents, the story didn't stop there. Our landline rang, and an unknown voice came over saying he would slit my throat and hang me off of our porch for everyone to see.
What the
My parents both say that he then let out the most terrifying, stomach-churning laugh that will scar them for life. We then called the police. I wish I could tell you why we hadn't called the police before this, but we didn't. I guess my dad thought that he could protect us just fine.
I guess you're fucking up. Really? Really? Fuck all of that protecting shit. I'm going to protect myself. Put on my Adidas because you know how I am. Then I'm a book it to the nearest whatever. Right? 2 weeks without your lights? They didn't say that. They would say like 2 weeks without their like power or whatever. But like he didn't mention 2 weeks without your lights. That's dark as hell. That's dark as hell, bruh. And from the looks of it and what it sounds like you're in the middle of nowhere. 2 weeks? You got me fucked up. I'll be lucky if I survive 2 days, bitch. Fuck. Talking about protecting me. No, you good. You protect yourself. I'm gonna protect myself, and then we Gucci. You know, if you fuck up, and you do some bullshit, leave me out of it. I'm good. I'm good.
The police came to our house after about 20 minutes, considering we lived in a very rural area. Not many in Florida, but they exist. The only trace the guy left behind were muddy footprints. The footprints were outside, but the oddest part about them is that they were nowhere in particular. This psychotic fuck was circling our house for no apparent reason in the rain. Usually there would be signs of break-ins or the prints would lead to a particular window, but this guy circled our house over and over. The footprints were overlapping each other like they were stacked. How he got our number, I have no idea. Now, the next part is absolutely surreal to me. The police went into the house to check the fuse box. Keep in mind our only phones at the time was a landline and my dad's damaged phone.
Mm-hmm.
When police entered our house, they noticed the landline had been fucking cut.
Damn.
I couldn't make this shit up if I wanted to. The motherfucker was in our house for God knows how long. The only comforting thing is that he couldn't have been in our house the entire night because of the footprints. While we were outside, the guy took presumably the knife he wanted to murder me with and cut the line of our landline when we were talking to the police. The police found no footprints inside the house that morning, so I honestly have no idea how this person got into our house, and I'm willing to bet that they didn't either. Despite this, the police searched our entire house that late night/early morning, and they patrolled the surrounding area for a month at least, just searching for the guy. We left Florida shortly after, so we don't know exactly how long they searched for.
There you go.
I would only presume it was for the month that we stayed in Florida while moving. They found absolutely no trace of the guy, but luckily he left us alone for good. I am now a 22-year-old man absolutely terrified of thunderstorms and rainstorms. The reason I tell this story is because I didn't know anything past the fuse box being cut. I didn't know that he wanted to kill me or that he was in our house to cut the landline. I didn't learn until about 2 years ago when I was 20, and it recently resurfaced in my memory. I don't think any lessons can be learned from this other than that there are some fucked up people in this world.
Get your shit together.
So this happened July 14th, 2016. Me, my sister, and my brother's friend went to this abandoned house at my old neighborhood to do a photo shoot.
Wow.
My brother's friend is a photographer and wanted some pictures for his Instagram, so we went to the abandoned house we would always pass by while driving.
I already see where this is going. I already see where this is going. If you don't, you're gonna see. But I can see where this is going. And chances are they don't have Adidas on or nothing either even close to that. Fuck.
An old mattress in the backyard, an animal skull under their front porch, dead animals all around the house, and so much more creepy shit. There was also a cornfield right next to the house, so we decided to take some pictures near there.
Look how big them shits
As we
are.
were taking pictures, I look to my left and I see a man with suspenders and a hat sitting in a carriage with no top on it.
Wrap it
I
up.
can't explain what it looked like, but I'm gonna assume it was a carriage.
Let's go.
He's facing the other way, so his back is towards us.
So that
My sister and my brother's friend just brush it off and take some pictures of the cornfield.
you better brush your fucking Adidas off and start kicking it. You best start kicking it. Because if we don't start now, if we don't start running now, you're gonna get your shit fucked up. I guarantee you. How much y'all want to bet? I bet. I bet 2 pennies times 2. Right. Subtract 3. Add 51. Right. Times that by 6. Right. Plus negative 52 times that by a positive 1 plus 0.000001, and that's how much I owe you if they get their shit fucked up. If I'm right, I owe you that, or whatever that shit adds up. I'm not gonna add it up because I'm horrible at math. But if they get their shit fucked up, that's how much I no whatever that adds up, whatever the hell I just said, whatever that adds up, if I'm wrong and they don't get their shit fucked up, that's how much I owe you, right? Anybody that's watching. So add it up, right? And if I'm wrong, I owe you that. But if I'm right, I don't owe you nothing except, I don't know, like some popcorn. There we go. I couldn't really think of anything on the spot, but let's get back to it though.
I was very curious to see who this was, so I walk a little closer to the man.
See?
And he just slowly turns his head and stares at me with a blank face for the longest time.
What did I see?
I start to get a little freaked out by the fact that he's just sitting there staring at us, not even moving at all. We all get a little freaked out and start to walk back towards the way we came from. As we're walking back, we hear the loudest gunshot I have ever heard in my entire life. We all ran for our lives, so fast that I could have tripped at any moment. 30 seconds pass of us running, and we finally stop and take a minute to process what the fuck just happened.
Don't process nothing.
The gunshot was so loud and clear, it sounded like it was inches away from us. We take a second to breathe because all of us were out of breath.
Keep
As
running.
I'm processing what just happened, I turn around and see the man bolting towards us. My heart drops, and we instantly run faster than we've ever ran. I was so out of breath, I felt like I was going to pass out at any minute. I wanted to stop to take a second to breathe, but we couldn't. The man was still sprinting towards us. After what felt like an hour of running, we finally stopped. The man was nowhere to be seen. We felt so relieved and sat down. Then we realized we didn't even recognize where we were. We were lost. We had run so far that we didn't even know where we were. As we were walking down the road, we found a gas station and decided to stop there to get something to eat. We walked in and we all went different ways in the store and grabbed what we wanted. We were still sweating and breathing super heavily, so the girl at the cash register asked us what was wrong. We told her the whole story, bought our stuff, and went outside to the back of the store. We then sat down to eat our stuff. The lady came outside with a cigarette and told us that the man's wife had died of a heart attack a few years ago.
Damn.
And that he's extremely depressed and has some mental issues. She said that he tries to kill anyone who steps foot on his property. She then said that he comes into her store to buy cigarettes and gives her nasty looks every time. We all looked at each other, shocked at the fact that if we hadn't ran fast enough, we could have been killed. We were eventually able to call someone to pick us up, said bye to the lady, and got home safely.
Look like I owe y'all popcorn. Just a little bit though. They got their shit fucked up a little bit.
I live in a more rural area in New Jersey, surrounded by farms.
Right.
At the time, I was a 15-year-old girl in her second year of high school. There, I was a member of our school's debate team. Once a year, we would have themed debate events where other schools come to our school during the weekend. Well, I was chosen to wear a costume, which was a medieval dress. My dad was going to bring me to school, but we stopped at a gas station for something to eat for breakfast.
369?
While we were waiting in line, I saw a man getting out of an old green pickup truck and come inside. He had a long, straggly white beard and wore a trucker hat that said Hoyt.
What?
He grabbed a snack and stood behind us in line.
Hoyt.
I didn't think anything of it until I heard him whisper close to my ear. I like your hair. It smells pretty.
Oh.
My dad didn't hear him, but just turned around, giving a simple nod to him while I stared forward, extremely creeped out by what I just heard. It was then that I told my dad what I heard. He didn't think anything of it until we saw the guy inside almost glaring straight at us in the car. We left, and I kind of just pushed the whole thing to the back of my mind. This was until a few weeks later. I was waiting for the bus to school, not even thinking about the event that happened before. Suddenly, slowly driving by the house was a rusted green pickup truck.
You fucking up too. Fucking up to the max. To the max. I don't see. This is why I don't understand people. You have a random person come up to you and says, and I quote, come up to you, like behind you, and says, I like, even before he finishes, even when he says hi, a random person coming up to you, behind you, and close to your ear, and before he even can finish that sentence, he starts the sentence off with, bitch, first of all, I'm flinching, backing up, and then running. What? Okay, but let's say I let the man finish the sentence and comes up behind you to your ear, real close, and says, I like your hair. Right? First of all, who on earth does that shit? Come up behind you, I like your hair. That's one red flag. 2, you gotta feel like somebody all up on you like that close. You gotta feel somebody. If you don't, fucking up. That's 2 red flags. And then 3 is the fact that you let the man finish an entire creepy sentence. A whole sentence. Excuse me. Thank you for anybody that said bless you. Appreciate you. I love you. 3, but you let him finish the sentence. 4, right? You don't think nothing of it. You just keep that shit to yourself. Bitch, I'm telling anybody and everybody that I see what the fuck just happened. Right? 5. You don't tell your pops? You don't tell your father? Like, really? You don't tell nobody. You just keep that shit to yourself. And you think nothing of it. You think nothing of it. You don't think that a random person, a grown man, middle-aged, right, comes up behind you and says, I like your hair. You don't think that shit is weird? If you don't think that shit is weird, then you're weird. Like, you gotta, like, if you tell him, if you're subliminally telling me that what he said to you is a regular thing, you need to get your life together and get the fuck up out of here, wherever you are, and move on. Start a whole new life. Start a new leaf, a new chapter, whatever. Because if this is a regular thing that people come up behind you and says, I like your hair, but no, that's weird. No, that's weird, bruh. So, I wouldn't even feel comfortable having Adam, because we all know Adam be fucking up, be friends with you. Because I know you need to think about your life goals, your life decisions, because you about to get your shit snapped up.
And before it sped away, the window rolled down a bit and I spotted the word Hoyt on the man's hat.
Hoyt.
How the man found out where we lived, I have absolutely no idea.
Yes, you do.
I was about to run inside, but the bus came a few moments after. So I went to school, almost in tears. The rest of the school year passed without another sighting of him, and I was happy for summer vacation to begin. The last day of school, I had the choice of going out or staying home to watch the dogs. Wanting to relax, I stayed home with the 3 dogs. They were running outside while I was playing my Xbox 360. I really didn't want to deal with them inside since they were always so energetic. It was about 9 p.m. when my dog, Rocky, began barking aggressively, followed by the other 2 dogs. I was about to step out, but I stopped myself and looked out the door. Doing that was probably the smartest thing I ever did because at the gate was the all-too-familiar white beard and the hat with Hoyt clearly printed on it.
Hoyt.
The dogs were jumping at the fence and snapping at the man, stopping him from opening the gate. I locked the door, beginning to cry. I was afraid of what the guy could do to our dogs, but I knew I had to call the cops first. It took them about 5 minutes to get to the house, but by the time they were there, the man was gone. I gave my report as they contacted my parents and searched the yard. I became sick to my stomach when they reported to me and my parents that they found a roll of duct tape and a pocket knife at the back gate.
What the fuck?
I still think about what could have happened if the dogs weren't outside to warn me about the man. The man never returned and was never caught. After that incident, I'm now a college student in Florida in my junior year. Our school security always drives around the apartment, keeping an eye out for anything suspicious.
Okay.
However, even after about half a decade and 1,000 miles distance, I still get nervous whenever I'm here alone, thinking that once again I'll see the white beard and that all too familiar Hoyt hat.
I know I can't be the only one thinking this, what I'm about to say. But when he kept saying Hoyt, like I don't even know what that means or what that is. Hoyt, that sounds like, I don't know if shouts out to anybody that watches Family Guy, and I'm talking about like watch it. Like damn near seen every episode of Family Guy. But there's this one episode where Stewie couldn't say cool whip. Cool, did I say that right? Yeah, Cool Whip. Yeah, y'all see where I'm going with this. He couldn't say Cool Whip and Brian was right next to him.
Ooh, you got some pie, eh? Can I have a piece?
Sure.
Ooh, let me have some of that Cool Whip.
What'd you say?
You can't have a pie without Cool Whip.
Cool Whip?
Cool Whip, yeah.
You mean Cool Whip?
Yeah, Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
You're saying it weird. Why are you putting so much emphasis on the H?
What are you talking about? I'm just saying it. Cool Whip. You put Cool Whip on pie. Pie tastes better with Cool Whip.
Say whip.
Whip.
Now say Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
You're eating hair!
There was a lot of people fucking up in these videos. But I don't know which one stood out the most though. It might have been the cornfields when they was doing a photo shoot in the abandoned house. Like really, you couldn't find no other houses, no other buildings, no other just safe buildings, safe environments. You couldn't go to your neighbor's house. Fuck. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. I thought I just seen a head, like a human head, like somebody watching me from around the corner. See, this is why I need a door. I don't have a door to my room. It's like completely open. And I don't know about you all, but whenever I get scared, and it's like all of a sudden, like I get scared, like not like a build up, like a jump scare or whatever. My literally my whole body from head to toe, it chills. Like, I get chill bumps all over my fucking body. Because that's why I don't like getting scared, yo. Like, it does something to me. Like, you can't really, I don't know how to explain it. Like, oh, I just get chills all over my body. So like I'm freaking the fuck out, but I'm trying to keep my cool at the same time. So if anybody can relate to that, please let me know that. But let's get back to the video. The people in the cornfields, they was really fucking up to the max. Like at most they were. Yeah. It's like some things are just common sense, and some things it's not. It's not to some people. Like some people have common sense, and some people don't. Like I have common sense. I do. I even though I don't like in real life, well, like when I'm not on camera, I act I act like a kid, meaning like, so like when I act like a kid, like I don't know how to explain it. Like I'm a very immature, mature person. I don't know. I don't really know how to. I hate explaining shit, but I just lost my train of thought. What the hell? That was weird. How does, okay, in the comment section, how does that happen? How do you lose your train of thought? You can be in the middle of a deep conversation, right? Or you can just be talking to somebody, right? And a conversation can just be going on for like 5 minutes, but as soon as you stop talking, like your concentration is just complete. It just cuts off. And you have to ask the person that you were talking to, what the hell were we just talking about? Even though I just forgot in the last 2 seconds what we were just talking about. But yeah. Oh, common sense. Yeah, some people have it and some people don't. I feel like you're born with it. Yeah, you are. I feel like you're born with it. Yeah, you're born with it or you're born without it. And if you're born without it, best of luck to you in life. I thank God every day that I was born with a sensible mind, to think things through and to know when to kick rocks, haul ass, run, book, dip, when to do it, like when to run. So yeah, I was one of those kids that was born with a to have common sense. I guess you can learn it or develop it, but yeah, I don't know. Some people are different, and that's okay. Sometimes it's not okay. Different can be good and different can be bad, depending on the context of it. But hey, keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family.